Oh, I thought that was interesting because I didn't think it was that sad. No more sad than like. I didn't really cry in this movie. I didn't cry that hard. I cry a lot. Hello, welcome to Film Fireside. My name is Bryson. Today we're going to be talking about Onward, directed and written by Dan Scanlon. His other experience with Pixar, as far as I understand, is the Monsters University film, which was fine. It was a sequel, but it was fine. And I feel like this movie was really good for him because, personally, I really enjoyed this movie. I was very impressed. I think as I was watching this movie, I just felt like this is one of the most Pixar movies. This is a good poster child for what a Pixar movie consists of, like the similar types of humor, the type of story that's being told. One of the beautiful gifts of Pixar, just that whole company in general, and most people who work on those projects, and this film specifically, is it takes complicated topics and was able to present them in a very unique and specific way that we can all understand and appreciate them. It's just beautiful. That's what they've been doing forever, since the beginning. And this one's no different. The animation, it's just expected of Pixar at this point is just like on point. There really is no complaints and no, in my mind, there's no worry that we'll ever find a time, say 10 years from now, where I'll be like, oh my gosh, I thought this was good. Wow, that is... I don't really think we'll be doing that with this film. Because even Toy Story, you can kind of tell the animation for that film is a little older, it's a little outdated, but it's not that distracting. You can definitely tell that there's improved though, and they're always improving their animation, specifically with just the world they created. And also they use scenes in clever, natural ways as if we're filming a live action movie. They're very, very good at being able to do that, and this film specifically uses its environments a lot. The van galloping like a horse. I laughed so hard. It was so clever. I think that's the one word I would use to describe this movie, is it's just clever. It is so, so clever. And at the end, I appreciate the ending. The writing in this movie, as I was saying earlier, and it usually is with Pixar, it's just really profound and really deep and really got me thinking about relationships with members of my family. My brother, I have an older brother. One of the things that, so my wife is a theater teacher, and I guess she had a kid who had told her after she mentioned that she was going to go see Onward, one of the kids was like, it's sad. Didn't like it. It was too sad. Oh, I thought that was interesting because I didn't think it was that sad. No more sad than like, I didn't really cry in this movie. I didn't cry that hard. I cry a lot. I didn't really cry that hard in this movie though. Not more than like Coco or Finding Nemo even, there are other Pixar movies that have definitely gotten me to cry harder. Up, that's a good example. And I was thinking about that. I wonder if the ending of this movie may kind of throw some people, and I want to talk about my evaluation and my analysis of the ending. I usually talk spoilers when I talk about movies, so you've been warned. They're fighting the big like stone dragon thing, and Ian lets Barley have those last few moments with Dad because they're only going to get like barely a minute or two. So Ian goes and fights off the dragon while Barley gets some last moments with Dad. And all we see of that is Ian's point of view, where he just kind of sees his dad appear for a little bit and then disappear. And I thought that was such a good choice. I thought that was such a smart choice, especially since when you consider what this movie was going for. If you look at the title, it's called Onward. I think of onward and moving forward, moving on. Onward. With that in mind, this really wouldn't, if it was all about him trying to understand things about his past, that's really not the idea of moving onward. This movie was actually very healthy in its approach to point out that, Ian learns, the lesson he learns is he didn't get a dad. That was his circumstances. That was the hand he was dealt. But he did get a really amazing brother. He has a wonderful mother. These are the circumstances he has. Barley, on the other hand, in order for him to move onward and to heal and to progress, he needed a little moment with Dad. And we didn't really need to be involved with that moment either. That was his moment. Kind because there would be a lot of pressure to do it the right way, to have him say the perfect things and to have just this perfect moment. And I think even then that could have been cheesy. You know, I was a little hesitant the whole time for the ending, just because I was afraid that like the interactions with Dad when they finally get him would be really like cheesy and okay, ready, set, cry. You know what I mean? So I loved the journey that both of these brothers take. I really felt like this was really well thought out. My only complaint with the movie, like I said, I was kind of hesitant the whole time because I was worried about the ending. And like some of the humor like falls flat a little bit. But like, not really. There's a lot of funny things still. I think the beginning of the movie is where I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, he's high school. Just really stereotypical high school, classic Disney Channel-ish movie things and tropes that I really didn't care for. And I don't know if I needed necessarily. Maybe I could have used one. I think him trying to be bold and invite his friends to the party and that not go well because Barley showed up. I think that's the only one we really needed. And I think it took a long time to get there too. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff at the beginning I just felt like wasn't really necessary. My score of the movie, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely go see it. I had minor issues with it. Really forgivable though, and also forgettable, those issues. If you're not picky like me, you won't notice. It's not a big deal. Please go see it in theaters unless you have the coronavirus. Don't go anywhere except your room. Like and subscribe below. I really do want to hear your thoughts on the movie, so comment and tell me what you think about the movie. Actually, can we hear your opinions on the ending? Do you agree with me? Like, I feel like, yeah, my thoughts have been had. I'm not going to repeat them. I want to hear your thoughts on the ending. Did it work for you? Were you noticing the same things? Was there something that I didn't mention that you noticed? I really want to hear your thoughts specifically about the ending of Onward. So comment below, like, subscribe. Bye-bye.